Friday. It's time to deploy. Jim, how was your week?
Week was really good, really interesting week this week. We've been doing some really interesting analysis of all our customers and the different ways they scale and how much they need of our product. It's been really interesting. What about you? How's your week been?
Good. We're planning lots of webinars. We hosted one recently. I'll get to that in just a second. And it's the usual refrain, I guess. More of the same. More copy
More
paste,
of
edit for taste, so to speak.
nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's go get into the news. So I know you're a fan of the docs. We now have dark mode. Yes, that's right. So this is a new feature in the docs. You can now turn it on. If you like the dark mode, feel free to take advantage if you want. So this is a new feature. It's up at the top here. You can take a look for yourself visiting docs.octopus.com or /docs. It's a new feature we've just turned on. So I think this will really help. I think especially developers who like to have a little bit of less light. Unfortunately, our images are still assuming a white background, but that's okay. There's only so much we can do until we go to SVG entirely, I guess. So there you go.
Yeah.
So dark mode. Wicked. Moving right along, just to remind folks, we've got a bunch of webinars that are coming up. These are 3 of the next that we have, but we've got a bunch planned. So on May 29th, we're going to have Nathan from Google join us talking about Dora. He's going to be talking about this with Paul, who's over in New Zealand. He's a member of our team. Bob is going to be talking about Kubernetes. This is a great introductory session for folks who are interested in Kubernetes. And then we're going to be having a great time talking about the new Octopus Deploy app for GitHub. This is on June 6th. So we've talked about those in the past. Feel free to sign up. That's at /webinars. We have a new article up on the blog from Joanna, Inside DevOps with Fabio. This is from Glint Global and talking about, DevOps and some of the things that Fabio did getting into this industry. So if you're at all interested as what he did and some of the books that he recommends, feel free to check out that blog post as part of our Inside DevOps blog series, which is kind of cool. Awesome. As I've mentioned before, we were doing a lot of stuff around events. Recently, our team has been in Croatia. So this is an event that we went to, QED 2024. This was made possible through a partner we have called CROZ in Croatia. And so Paul and Joanna and Raziel and Harsh and a whole bunch of other folks went over there. There's Sammy, for example. These and other folks went over there, and I like the photo here. It makes us look like a Christian rock band. So very nice, deployments are the way, sort of thing. Anyways, we had a good time there. Paul was up on stage sharing what he knows. He did a discussion around mindset of modern software developers. You always have to have the hands out or the Steve Jobs thumb under the chin if you're going to do a platform talk sort of thing. Sammy and Raziel did a presentation at the Wings of Life World Run, I guess. And looks like they did some other meetings as well. So this is CROZ. This is us in Croatia. There's Sammy and Raziel representing Octopus at the Wings for Life World Run. So there you go. Pretty cool. We had a lot of fun over there. So these are some of the events that we're doing right now. We were also at DevOps Seattle. This was a more recent thing that we did. So we gave out a bunch of prizes, including a Millennium Falcon Lego kit, as you do. And we had a lot of folks who were interested in that. And so we had this given away. There was our winner there. So had a great time at DevOps Seattle. Always a good time to go over to the events, which is fantastic. This was the event or webinar that I co-hosted with it was myself, Steve, and Dan. We were talking about the CICD, State of CICD report published by the CD Foundation. So the 3 of us got together and had a chat about it. We brought up the presentation, which is available at CD Foundation or cd.foundation. That is the web address. And so we talked a lot about that and went through the report itself and went through all the charts and graphs. So if you're at all interested in hearing about that, it's about an hour long. You can listen at 2 times speed. Believe me, you'll get all the gist. But we talked about what the report found. And we shared our own insights. We had lots of questions about like what CI solution do you use? How do you often do deployments? How important are DORA metrics, et cetera, et cetera. We had a good time having a chat about that. We had about 150 or so folks as interested as part of the webinar. So that's great. And that's available up on our YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and check that out there if you're at all interested.
Yeah, I want to check that one out.
Yeah. Believe me, listen at 2 times speed. You'll get the gist. So there you go. That's what I do. Like I listen to 2 times
I've listened
speed.
to you enough that I could probably listen to you
I
at
know,
least 3 times
exactly.
speed, I reckon.
Please, I beg you. It's like when my wife and kids want to come watch me play ice hockey. I'm like, please do not come watch me play ice hockey. You do not want to watch me play ice hockey, believe me. We had a customer diligent that recently did a case study with us. They reduced their deployment time from 2 weekends to 2 hours with Octopus, and so this was something that we posted online recently, which was awesome. So if you want to all interested about how they did it and how it works and all that sort of stuff, you can check it out there. These are all up on our case studies website. So if you go to /case studies, you'll find it there, or not that one. Sorry, I think it's /customers. As I bring up every emoji under the sun. Apologies for that. There you go. So /company/customers, you'll find all our case studies there. So if you're at all interested as to wondering, like, how do I convince my boss to maybe ask for a license for Octopus, for example, and you need some evidence for that, you can check out our case studies, which are at /company/customers. And so the diligent one's there, along with many others. And we've had a good time talking about those folks. So awesome stories to be had. The other thing I want to mention, and I know, Jim, that you're always interested looking for people, is our careers page. So if you're at all interested, you can check out /careers. This is basically, a great way to find out who we're hiring and where we're hiring. So we're looking for folks in engineering, we're looking for folks in product, in design, et cetera, et cetera. Anyone going to fall on your team at all, do you think? Or
I don't know any. I think we just filled all the people in our team. We got a couple of new product managers over sort of the last 6 months or so. So I think think we're gaining momentum now.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're at all interested, we got a bunch of roles. A lot of them are remote. We are a remote first company. So if you're at all interested, you can check it out. We have our handbook also published as well. So you can check out our handbook, which is here, handbook.octopus.com. We've never talked about this on the show, but we get a lot of feedback about this. Do you have any thoughts on the handbook? I remember this was one of the first resources I went to when I first joined.
Well, I think it's one of the first resources I went to before I joined, and one of the reasons I was pretty keen on joining, to be honest. Yeah, have a read if you're interested. It's it's great stuff.
Yeah, we're pretty transparent as to who we are, what we do, how we work, etc. We even publish all the stuff around laptop and home office. We're pretty transparent with a lot of this stuff, and it's a good way of finding out about us. This is all public. This is all up on GitHub. You can check it out there, and if you're all interested, you can check it out there. That's also available through our careers page. So if you go to /careers, you'll find not only the roles that are open, but also our handbook linked there as well. So good stuff to check out. And then finally, this is another resource I want to mention on the show. We've never mentioned this before, but this is the GitOps certification that we do. This is at learning.codefresh.io. And if you go there, this is where you can sign up for a GitOps course. So these courses are to sign up and take. And we have a couple of courses here. We have our GitOps Fundamentals course, as well as our GitOps at Scale course. And you can enroll in each one of these for you to take a look at and get started on obtaining your certification. So if you're all interested in learning more about GitOps and testing your knowledge and getting skilled on this, you can definitely check this out. And they're available from learning.codefresh.io, and they go into detail about all that sort of stuff. So great stuff to be had there. Awesome. Have you done your certification yet?
I've started it. I can't say I'm fully certified yet. Well, not in that way anyway.
Cool. Any last news to share before we wrap up this week's episode?
No, man, it's Friday. I'm about ready to join Bron back there. I'm done.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, we should probably showcase this. I forgot to mention this. So we actually have a dogs channel that we post a lot of pictures of dogs internally. This is, kind of like, is it a dog or is it a piece of fluff or something like that? So there's some great ones that are posted in here. I've posted pictures of my dog in here. These are always great fun to look at, and we've got some great dogs inside of Octopus. So we should probably post this to the handbook, like how many of us have dogs, and like this grizzled veteran here. This is Duncan. He's 18 years old. At him. So look at that face. Oh, cute. Yeah. Pumpkin's been mentioned in here a few times. This is Miss Crepe. What's her name? Miss Crepe
Suzette.
Yes, there you go. Beautiful.
One of our
And
fosters.
yep. And
Yeah.
speaking of which, your dog's moving in the background there. So there you go.
All right, you must be ready. Oh no, he's totally given up now.
Yeah, my dog is not interested in coming to my office. She's out in the yard. So, anyways, thanks for joining us in this episode of Deploy Friday. If you happen to stumble upon this video, feel free to like and subscribe. Otherwise, we will see you next week on the next episode. And until then, happy deployments, everyone. Take care.